Hello, how are you? This is JilliBling, and I have a fourth project to share using Christmas banners, and this is a gift card holder. So I did a layout similar to this months back, and I love the layout. Look at that. And if you look at it from the side, see how the mechanism works to open the little gift card holder? And then this is perfect spot for your little gift card. So this is today's project. And it's using designer paper cut out for the flowers. Christmas banner bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies. The dies are called Christmas banners. And then also geranium dies, and that's for this die right here. Okay, wouldn't it be nice to get this? This is a gift right here all in itself. Then you can have a gift card to your favorite place or to a restaurant. Okay, so ready to go. Using some festive pearls, which are in back order right now, unfortunately. And the last video, this is like a follow-up note. Okay, so I put dots of pearlized enamel effects, and it comes in a pack with 3 different colors, with real red, black, and pearly white. And a few hours ago, I put them on this sheet of acetate, and I don't think that they're dry quite yet, because when I'm pushing into it, it's still maybe soft. There it goes. But look, you could use those as like whatever size pearls you want. So you can have a whole bunch of them ready to go, and it looks just like a pearl in whatever size you want. But like I said, these are still a little bit like if they dry overnight, that would be better. Oh yeah, that one, it's becoming distorted. So just let it dry just a little bit more. But you can make a whole sheet of whatever you like. Okay, here's templates. So this has pretty much 2 pieces. This is the base paper, and this is, I've been referring to it as movement, but it's this piece right here, and the piece that holds the gift card. So let's start with these 2 pieces, which is right here. So you cut the base paper to 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score it at 3 1/2 and 9. Okay, so 3 1/2, and then at 9. Okay, so that one is done, and I'll put everything on my blog. And my blog is JilliBling.com. As soon as I get all 5 projects done using Christmas banners, then I'll post all 5 projects, the video tutorial, and then, just a minute. So I'll post the tutorial, photos, and paper cut sizes, and the score size. And I'll take pictures of the templates. So I'm scoring this one at 2 and 6 1/2. 2 and 6 1/2. Okay. Gotta take pictures of those. Okay, so I will confirm the folds. That one goes down, and this one goes up, kind of like a Z shape. So this is a part that goes on the inside of the card, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And I want to make sure that you get this part in right. And then this becomes the gift card pocket. Then the base paper. This is the bottom piece that gets the ribbon around it. And this is the top piece that gets most of the decoration. And when you're folding it, like when I put this down, it's overlapping just a little here and there's a bit of a gap. That's just because I scored it a little crooked. So this is your opportunity. These two little gaps, which are minuscule. Okay, now it's no gap. Now they're equal. Now I'll confirm the fold. Maybe I'll make just a hair of a gap. Okay, those are the two pieces. So let's get to decorating the top, which is right here. So all these, this evergreen glimmer paper is my new fascination. I love this paper. So that is going to get, on this paper, you can fit 4 of these little dies. This fir tree looking one, this kind of rounded leaf one, and then 2 of this longer one. So I have those. This is for the inside right here. Cut that. And the banner, and I should have banner paper. This is banner paper. Let me do the banner since I'm thinking about it. The banner is going to go into Versamark and then silver powder. Because this designer paper is evergreen with succulent and basic gray hints, I thought silver is perfect for this project. Wait to get my little fancy new tool. My new most fun tool. Best tool, fun tool. Now, get this lined up. Now die cut that. Okay. This is my little gift card, and that I'm using a punch. I've never used this punch. I've used other trio punches, so I want to use this one. So put it in here. Then push straight down. Or you could just go out and buy a gift card and consider it done. Unless you want to do a personal one like, I'll make you dinner, or let's go out to a movie or something. Okay, all 4 corners. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, Getting pieces done. Flowers. So this paper we used on the last project. This one right here. And you know, in the photos, I don't think that this one came out as pretty as it really is. It's really pretty in person. But this paper, the back side of it, pretty flowers. So there are plenty of flowers on here. Keep on pulling out the ones with the edges. So this is a double. And then there is a single. So you need a double and a single. So a total of 3 flowers. And those get cut out. This one is almost done. And when I was doing the sample, I cut pretty close to the edge, which is nice, but I think if I had to do it again, like I am right now, I would choose to leave a little bit of a bigger, wider border, just so that it could stand out a bit better against the designer paper. But you know how you just do what your hand just does? And here again, I'm cutting about that same tiny little border, and that's it. Okay, so I have a double flower and a single flower. Okay, that's on the inside. This goes here. These are going to go here. Isn't it pretty already? This is inside. That goes up there. Had to stamp on that. That's inside. Oh, and then this. My new fascination. I was trying to put, there's a package of silver foil paper, and it comes in 3 different types of silver foil. Like in different tones, different hues, like really bright silver, and then a deeper, almost black, charcoal looking silver. Oh, and you can, out of this paper, get 4 pieces. And when I put them on, they were nice, but all of a sudden, I had this sparkling out of the corner of my eye, and it's like, oh, that would be so pretty. And it is so pretty. I love this paper. The other papers in the pack, they're nice. It's gold, and then kind of a vanilla-y warm white. And I'm not quite sure what to use the other colors. I'll have to work on that. Okay, so there's my pieces. Okay, let's get the words on here. 'Tis the season. And that I'm going to stamp in evergreen. It almost looks black, but it is evergreen, and it matches the project. 'Tis the season. Just like that. I don't know why that these are just, it just seems so easy to stamp these. Other times I've stamped things and it's like I get it crooked all the time. I don't know. Maybe after years of stamping, I'm finally getting the hang of it. Just for you. Okay. And on the sample, I put 3 little pearls under there. I was trying to use my new pearls. Where are those? I was going to put 3 of these, and I could do it with the applicator, but I'm loving these festive pearls. Red and green adhesive back dots. They're called red and green adhesive back pearls here, but I think somewhere they're titled festive pearls, so they go by both names. So 3 little ones down here. Otherwise the inside is kind of, I don't want to say boring, it's calm. And then we'll use some of these, I guess they're soft succulent ones, on the front of the card. Where's that gift card? Let's stamp that. Since I have the foam mat out, So to stamp this, I did Merry Christmas, and that's done in evergreen. And I thought, oh my gosh, I know I'm going to get one of them crooked, but when they're polymer, you could see through them. So Christmas will go a little bit lower. And if ever you have a hard time getting your words straight, put it on a block that's too big. The reason being is if I had this on a little block, the edges would be, the block would distort the edges, so it'd be hard to line it up. Where if it's in a big block, there's plenty of clear space to get it lined up. It just works better for me. Okay, and then the little evergreen is Stamp Off and Succulent. Right in the middle, I'll put the stem. And then I'll match this one up. Just pretend like I planned it that way. Stamp Off. Because it's Stamp Off, it's light, and I could go right over the words. Oop. Okay, so that one goes there. This one's going to go here. We talked about getting 4 pieces out of one sheet of beautifulness. That goes there. Let's start building the front of this one. So you can do your stamp and seal, but lately I've been on a liquid glue kick. Because you kind of move it around a little. Tony brought me that coffee earlier today, and I got the shakes. Not complaining at all. That was very sweet of him. Okay. Oh, and you know, while I'm thinking about it, I should glue the gift card area, because I want to make sure that's just a second to dry. So before I decorate the top, let me do that. So this is where the gift card will tuck into here, but I want to put a, oh, I didn't do it on this one. Oh yeah, I did. This doesn't go here. This goes in here. See that little half circle? Any circle punch that you have, or any die that you have that's in the shape of a circle. This one I kind of wish I had a smaller one, but that's okay. You just want to take out just a little bit, just so your thumb could grab a hold of the gift card. And I'm making sure that this amount equals that amount. Just a little bit, just that much. Okay, so to make the gift card holder, I'm going to do 2 thin strips of glue. I'm going to let that set just a little bit. So when I stick it, it'll really stick good. And you want to get right on the edges if possible. You don't want to get too far in here, otherwise you won't have room for your gift card to go in. See how there's a little bit of a buffer? So I guess you could get closer, but that just makes it harder to get the gift card in place. Okay, now stick it closed, and I'll probably just put some weight on it while we decorate the front, just because I don't want a little bubble. Like, see right there how it's kind of peeling up a little bit? I want it to be stuck 100%. So, Christmas and 'Tis the Season Merry. You just hold that down for a minute. Okay, so for the front. And I'll show you about placing this little movement piece in here. Can you see that? Right there. It kind of pops up as you pull it out. But I'll show you, I have a few tricks on that, or tips. They're really tricks. Okay, so those are inside pieces. This goes here on the top. Let's just start with that. And because I'm going to be tucking all kinds of little bits in and around it, well, I guess not, huh? Okay, stick full on. 3 or 4 dimensionals. 4. Just so it's stuck down well. That goes right at the top. And you know what? I didn't cut this very good with the die, so I had to go back and trim it. And as I laid on the darker paper, the designer paper, I can notice how how wiggly I cut that. Not very good. Maybe that's a little bit better. No. I'll just put lots of sparkle on it. Okay, and the double, well, this one's a little different than this one. I'm looking at, this has the green, evergreen leaves going up, and this one has them coming down. Okay, let's do a mirror image. That looks good. And then I'm thinking it's all different. That could go right about there. Okay, so I'm going to start out with just I want to make sure that this is on the card. Okay, right there. And I'll tuck more dimensionals underneath in just a minute. But at least at this point, I can move it around a little bit. That could go there, there. I want this on and that part on. Okay, which should be on top? Oh, I like the details of the berries. Okay, so that's where those will be. So now I'll really stick them down. And then I'm going to follow up with a little bit of liquid glue to hold down the leaves that are kind of sticking out. I don't want anything to get snagged. Okay, so the flowers are down. And now, see all these pieces here that are kind of popping up? I'm going to try to fix that. Maybe even this flower here. Just a little bit of glue. And it's okay if you fold it because it's kind of a busy pattern. You probably wouldn't even notice a crease in it. If it was plain, like a solid colored cardstock, you might, but not this. Maybe it'll look a little 3D because the center is popped up and the edges are down. Okay. That's better. Okay, so the pearls, where's those festive pearls? So I'm going to take 3 of this kind of soft succulent color and add them. Then for where the ribbon goes, there's a whole bunch of sparkle down there. Sparkly ribbon, glittery organza, and evergreen glimmer paper. I'm just doing the lower half because if I did the whole thing, I know I'd have glue everywhere. So put that right there because I want it sticking above the ribbon and below the ribbon. You could just hang on. Now this one, I'll have it sticking maybe downward. Let those flowers on the front do their thing and shine. Okay, so I'll stick down these ends. And it doesn't have to be every bit of it, just most of it. I have one more design with this bundle. I think there's another fun fold. Maybe I've been missing out on fun folds too much lately and I need to make up for it. Because I think every one of them, other than the last project, has been a fun fold. Okay, time for the ribbon. Glittered organdy ribbon. Very pretty organdy ribbon. So before I cut the ribbon, I will tie it. And that's going to go around the whole bottom. And about that much. This is my new favorite stuff. I put it on the, I think it was the Christmas card, the Perched in a Tree Christmas card, and that came out so cute. So then I had to order a lot more, and it just came in today. So I put it over here in my workspace, and it's like, oh, look how pretty that is with this. Okay, I want the tails to go opposite of where the evergreen glitter paper is. And that's all it takes to hold down the bottom part, because we want it to be connected but not too tight. And I'll show you why, because I think it's time to work on the inside. Okay. So this should be plenty dry. So this piece, there's the fold, and then here's the gift card pocket. The gift card could go in. I was going to decorate that more, but then it wouldn't slide in very well. Okay, so here I'll do the Just For You. Now put that on at this point with one-dimensional, so I could tuck those other pieces in behind it. So that's going to be tucked in, so this goes right here. You know, I ran this, I have my machine, my Big Shot. Carolyn showed me this, a little gadget, a little cart that has a lid to it, and I put my machine on there, and it sits like right underneath the desk. It's so convenient, but because it's under there, lately I've been having it go forward and then crank it back, and I got double vision on here. Oops. I think it's still okay. Okay, so this one, just going to tuck it in. I'll try this time at the top. Maybe I'll do it a little bit different. And because the glue dries clear, it's okay that I kind of smudged it. And yep, I did just half of it, just because I don't like to get too dirty. Okay, so now that those are in place, I can really stick down the words. And I want to make sure that this is stuck down really well, because when the gift card goes in and comes out, I don't want to snag on that little bit of fancy. You know when you give these things away, like at Christmas? If I found this in the garbage, I would probably just pull it up out of there and it's like, I'll reuse that. Don't even want to think about that. I was just looking at this and it's like, well, that looks weird, but that's just how it is. I bet you if I flipped it upside down. So what I'm looking at right here is a little bit of a bump, a divot, a bump, and then there goes the divot. But I'm wondering if I flipped it upside down when I punched it, if it would be equal. In the end, I like the look. Oh, but here I didn't. What's going on? I think if I flipped it upside down. Anyhow, if you have the punch and you're working with it, you could play around with that. I hope you know what I'm talking about. See how it's... No? I'm so confused. I like how it looks, so I'm just going to stick with it like that. Okay, so to make the mechanism, this here on this little flap, which is just a ½ inch, then glue all the way to the edges. That's thin glue. I'm going to get it right to the edges. And you want to make sure to get this right in the center of the card. I'm giving it just a second to kind of start to set in, soak into the paper. So when you put this in here, this is going to slide down into here. And there's just like a 1/16 of an inch over here and a 1/16 of an inch over here. Slide it all the way in until you could see the crease. You want the edge of this paper right into the crease. And make sure that you see your little, like a 1/16, 32nd of an inch. Let me put this. See how there's just a little bit of a buffer? And just make sure that it's equal here and equal here. Then close this. And wait just a minute for the glue to set in, because that's this piece, this little bit right here. And let me hold this up close. Can you see that little gap right there? This one has a bigger gap from this to the edge of the paper. This is just like 1/8 of an inch smaller. And I'm paying particular attention to that because when you close this, if this movement piece was the same size as your card base, it would hang up on the ribbon. Every time you opened and closed it, it would push the ribbon down and off. But because it's just a little bit smaller and it's perfectly centered, it behaved just fine. Okay, let's see how we did. Yeah, that's good. The glue is still a little bit wet, but it stays right in there. And I could pull this out, and it's about 1/2 an inch in there. Just like that. So it's about 1/2 inch of a little fail-safe. And I would say you could decorate this more, but because this whole piece tucks down into here, you can't decorate that unless you want to do it with stamps or heat embossing. But isn't that pretty? I hope you like this project. I love it. I'm fascinated by the movement and my new best friend. Evening Evergreen Glitter Paper. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.